I'm Ayako, a 42-year-old office worker. I married my husband Yosuke a few years ago.
My dad has trouble walking, and since my mom's no longer with us, you'll help take care of him, right?
Of course, I'll do my best. Nice to meet you, Father.
Yeah.
He's so quiet. I hope we can get along. When we first got married, I was nervous about how to interact with my father-in-law, but a few years later, a much bigger problem hit me. Oh, hi, Ayako. Sayaka. This is Sayaka, the housekeeper Yosuke hired. She seemed polite at first, but her attitude toward me quickly turned condescending. Sayaka, we're expecting some relatives over today, so you can leave early if you like. Oh, that? I already took care of everything, so you don't have to worry about a thing. What? Ayako, you've been so busy with work that you hardly do any housework, right? You've even left all of Father's care to me. The relatives probably think I'm the wife around here, not you. And they didn't seem to mind me handling everything alone. It's simple. I'm just better at this than you. Oh, sorry. Just stating the facts. It's her job to handle the house and care for Father, so how dare she be so bold? But it's true, I haven't been able to do much at home, so I can't argue back. Even though I was frustrated, I couldn't bring myself to confront Sayaka. Then one day, something unbelievable happened. Who's calling at this hour? Hello?
Ayako, it's me. Come to the living room right away.
Father? I'll be right there. Startled by the call from my father-in-law, who lived with us, I jumped out of bed. For him to call me? Did he fall and need help in the dark? But when I rushed to the living room, I found something completely unexpected.
Ayako, up here. Come to the attic.
What? My father-in-law was calling me from the opening to the attic above the living room.
Hurry, get up here. If she finds you, you'll be in danger.
Okay, I'm coming. Normally quiet and reserved, my father-in-law seemed like a different person, full of urgency. Overwhelmed by his intensity, I climbed up the ladder into the attic. What on earth is going on? And how did you get up here? I thought you were wheelchair-bound because of your legs.
Shh. Be quiet. Look down there.
He motioned for me to look into the living room. When I saw what was happening, I started to shake with anger. All right, no one's here again. Now, where are the valuables? Sayaka, the housekeeper, had sneaked into the dark living room and was rummaging around like she'd done it 100 times before. I was speechless. Has she been breaking in and stealing from us this whole time? As I kicked myself for not noticing sooner, Sayaka said something even more outrageous. This house is so easy to break into. They even gave me a spare key too. How stupid can you get? Oh, look, a pearl necklace. But it's so old, it probably won't sell for much. Maybe I'll just toss it somewhere. If I pin the blame on Ayako, her reputation will tank even more. Yep, perfect plan. That's my mother-in-law's necklace. Unbelievable. I can't just let this slide. I have to do something. At the end of my rope, I stormed down to the living room in a fury. Sayaka, what do you think you're doing? Ayako? What are you doing here? That's my line. Why are you here? Stop playing dumb. What are you talking about? I just came back for something I forgot. Don't bother lying. We saw everything from the attic. You were digging through our valuables, and you were about to steal my mother-in-law's necklace. And on top of that, you were planning to blame it on me. This is theft, plain and simple. I'm calling the police. But when Sayaka heard my accusation, she just smirked. Stealing? Ha! I've got permission to take anything from this house, so it's not theft.
What?
Isn't that right, Yosuke?
When Sayaka called out, my husband Yosuke walked into the living room. Yosuke? What's going on? Did you really give her permission? Why would you do that? Yosuke sneered at me and said,
Yeah, that's right. I told Sayaka she could take whatever she wanted from this house. So Ayako, you have no right to complain.
Don't you get it yet? I stole your husband ages ago. Obviously, he'd choose me over someone who does nothing around the house.
What?
If you figured it out, then get out of here already. We don't need someone as useless as you in this house. We'll get along just fine without you.
Relax. Even the relatives think I'm more suited to be the wife in this family. You have no place here anymore.
How dare they? They're the ones cheating, but I can't even come up with a good comeback. If I don't do something, mother-in-law's keepsake will be taken too. What should I do? Just then, someone completely unexpected interrupted our conversation.
Enough! How selfish can you two be?
It was my father-in-law, who usually kept to himself, but now he looked angrier than I'd ever seen.
Dad?
And why are you here? And what about your leg?
My father-in-law, who was supposed to have trouble walking, was standing on his own without his wheelchair.
I have been doing rehab, and now I can walk a little. I couldn't just stand by and watch you two get away with your crimes anymore. Crimes? What are you talking about? We haven't done anything wrong.
That's right. We've been working so hard, and Ayako just flipped out at us. She's the one who's been taking the valuables. We were just trying to stop her.
What? You're trying to pin everything on me? Do you really think that excuse is going to work?
Well, of course it'll work. Compared to you, who's been neglecting everything. Father-in-law totally trusts me, right? I've been taking care of him so much.
You really think I'm that clueless, don't you? You are dead wrong. I know all about how you have been stealing from the house, and how you tried to trick me into signing over the family assets.
What?
Is that true, Father? Why didn't you tell me?
I'm sorry I didn't consult with you. I wanted to gather enough evidence to make sure they couldn't escape before confronting them. I also wasn't sure you'd believe me. That's why I called you up to the attic today, so I could show you the truth myself.
I see. Sorry for jumping out without thinking. I didn't know what was really going on.
No need to apologize. I'm glad you were angry about your mother-in-law's keepsake. I'm not quick on my feet. I'm not good at expressing emotions. So I'm grateful you stood up for it.
Father. At that moment, I heard the sounds of police sirens getting closer.
Police? Father, did you call the cops?
This is unbelievable. This is just a family issue. There's no need to get the police involved.
Family? Yosuke's family, but I don't recall ever considering you family, Sayaka. You're just a worker who comes here for a job. How could you think you're part of this family?
Well, the relatives say I'm more like a wife to this family than she is. I've contributed more to this household than she ever has.
Even if they say you are like a wife, the fact is, Ayako is the one married to my son. You've gone beyond your duties and tried to take over this house. You're nothing but an outsider.
Yikes!
And among the things you have stolen were some of my possessions. When the police arrive, I'm going to report everything you have done. And yes, Yosuke will be charged as an accomplice. I've got more than enough evidence. No way! Father, are you serious? We have family.
You're kidding, right? This is just a scare tactic, isn't it?
No matter how much Yosuke and Sayaka begged, my father-in-law didn't change his stern expression. The sirens grew louder, and finally the police cars stopped right outside our house.
Yosuke, we need to get out of here. I'm not getting caught by the cops.
Yeah, you'll pay for this.
Yosuke and Sayaka ran toward the back door, throwing out one last threat. I didn't chase after them. I just watched them go with a steely expression.
Ayako, are you sure it was okay to let them go? I'm relieved you didn't do anything dangerous, but...
Oh, it's fine. I know exactly where they're planning to run. After we explain everything to the police, we'll head there ourselves. I'll fill you in on their little secret on the way.
What?
After telling the arriving police everything, I put my plan into action.
What now, Sayaka? This whole mess started because you wanted to sell those valuables. If anyone's getting caught, it should be you.
What? You're planning to claim you're innocent? If that's the case, I'm not taking you to our hideout.
Wait, you have a place to hide? I'm sorry I was out of line. Please, take me with you. I'll do anything, even beg.
Fine, but don't say anything stupid once we get there.
Yeah.
Sayaka led Yosuke to what seemed like an ordinary house.
Is this your house? Pretty impressive for someone who's single.
Yeah, I guess.
Sayaka awkwardly opened the front door.
I'm home.
Welcome back, Sayaka. I knew you'd come back.
Toru? I thought you were working the night shift.
Hey, Sayaka. Who's this guy? Are you living with him? So you were cheating on me this whole time. I can't believe this.
Well, that's...
Yosuke, you're the one having an affair here. You have no right to accuse Sayaka of anything. What? Who do you think you are? Coming here like that? I've been with Sayaka for 3 years. Who are you to her? Who am I? I'm her husband. What? I'm Toru, Sayaka's husband. We have been married for 5 years. So, yeah, she has been cheating on me with you. What? Sayaka, what the hell? This can't be true. You lied to me. You said you'd divorce him and marry me. Was that all a lie?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean it like that. I love you, Yosuke. I really do. I really wanted to marry you.
Oh, so you admit you have been cheating on me. Fine, we're getting a divorce. And I'm going to sue you for alimony.
What? But I'm a woman. I'm supposed to get alimony, not pay it.
Yeah, Sayaka doesn't have a job. How can you expect a stay-at-home wife to pay alimony? Have you no heart? That's just cruel.
Wow, you two really are selfish, aren't you? Alimony is paid by the one who cheated, regardless of gender. The fact that you didn't know that and still did this is just pathetic.
Ayako?
What are you doing here? How do you know about this place?
Let me ask you something, Sayaka. Did you really think I wouldn't notice you trying to take over my role and have an affair with Yosuke? I saw the ring mark on your left hand, so I hired a detective. After confirming you were married, I reached out to your husband and we decided to expose you together. I figured this is where you'd run, and it looks like I was right. By the way, I've also arranged for a lawyer to handle the alimony. They're planning to sue you for a substantial amount, regardless of whether you're a stay-at-home wife.
No! Toru, I can't pay that much alimony. Please reconsider. This is all just a big misunderstanding.
Misunderstanding? You just told me you were serious about marrying me. Was that a lie? If this really is misunderstanding, I'd love to hear your explanation. If you have one that both Yosuke and I can accept, that is.
Yikes!
Cornered, Sayaka started to sob, unsure of who to turn to. Yosuke, seeing her break down, began to berate her.
You were kidding me. I was deceived. I'm definitely going to sue you.
Yosuke, don't act like you're the victim here. Do you really think you can just gloss over your affair with Sayaka? You're in no position to blame her.
Eeks.
Just so you know, I'm not letting you get away with this. Don't think for a second you're off the hook. Here, this is the divorce agreement. If you sign it right now, I won't interfere with whatever you and Sayaka plan to do next.
Really? Are you serious? I'm giving you mine too. If Sayaka signs it here and now, I promise not to interfere with your relationship either.
Toru, thank you.
Yosuke and Sayaka signed the divorce papers on the spot. But immediately after, they both started acting smug.
You two are such idiots.
We were planning on divorcing anyway, so the fact that you're letting us off this easy is hilarious. You're way too soft.
Seriously, you fell for it. We did nothing wrong.
Yeah, totally. We're gonna be so happy together, so don't get too jealous.
What are you talking about? The only thing we won't interfere with is your relationship. We're still going to sue for alimony.
What?
And by the way, you two are probably going to end up with a criminal record. Officers, you can come in now.
As Toru called out, the police who had been waiting outside rushed in.
Stay where you are. You are coming with us. What?
Let go of me.
As Yosuke and Sayaka were being led away, they passed by my father-in-law, who was waiting outside.
Dad, don't just stand there. Help me. I was tricked by this woman.
What? You're in on this too? Come on, help me out here, Father. I've been taking care of you so well, haven't I? Please, forgive me.
Forgive you? Not a chance. You didn't just go after my property. You even tried to take my wife's keepsake. Eek! Yosuke, Sayaka, I'm cutting all ties with you. Even if you are released, don't ever come near me again. You are no family of mine. No!
Yosuke and Sayaka hung their heads as they were taken away by the police. Toru and my father-in-law both apologized.
Ayako, I'm so sorry for what my wife did. Please take the alimony from her, but also let me pay some as well. I want to pay alimony too. My idiot son caused you so much trouble.
Oh, please, lift your heads. Toru, father, you did nothing wrong.
But still,
No matter how much I insisted, Toru and my father-in-law were determined to pay alimony, so I made them a proposal. I'll be fine. Honestly, I've been making more money than Yosuke. Instead, use that money to make yourselves happy. We all need to reclaim the happiness they tried to steal from us.
all right, but on one condition. You have to find your own happiness too. I agree, Ayako. I'm sorry I couldn't expose them sooner because of my own shortcomings. Please, find happiness from here on out.
Of course! With the troublesome Yosuke and Sayaka gone, we were all resolved to move forward with our lives. Later on, Yosuke and Sayaka were arrested on multiple charges. As the investigation continued, it turned out they had been committing fraud outside the household as well. After a trial, they were sent to prison, where they remain to this day.
Where did it all go wrong?
I would have been the better wife.
My father-in-law made sure all our relatives knew that Yosuke and Sayaka were con artists. The fact that he, of all people, took the initiative to spread the word shows just how serious he is about cutting ties with them. Personally, I really want my father-in-law to be happy, so I'm just hoping that he never reconnects with those two. As for me, I'm now visiting my father-in-law at his new home to tell him about my upcoming remarriage to Toru. As we handled the legal matters together, we grew closer and eventually fell in love. I'm getting married to Toru.
I promise I'll make her happy. I'm rooting for you both.
It seems like father is also making an effort to connect with the people around him in his new place. Seeing all of us looking forward and seeking happiness makes me feel hopeful for the bright future ahead.